Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. I am here to talk about the All Stars 2 final. What an amazing final. I have so much to say. Michelle, how you doing, girl? I've already seen your comment in the chat. I said the same thing. It seems like All Stars, which is supposed to be the older version, most of these people in their 40s. Hey, Inga, that's your name. You know I was calling you Illinois for the longest time. Inga is your name. Um, I thought I put this phone on Do Not Disturb. I don't understand why it seemed like the older people got the harder final. Like season 37 final was kindergarten and this final was college. Like it baffled me. Like this took me back to when TJ says, "Are you ready for a TJ final?" It was just amazing. I was highly entertained. I want to give Janae a congratulations. I want to start off by congratulating Janae. Like I said last week, I pretty much, I'm not going to say I don't care who won or I didn't care who would win. Everybody, every team has somebody I was rooting for. My winner pick was Darrell and Janelle. Hey, Zuda, I see you in the chat. So that was my winner pick. I was rooting for Nehemiah and Melinda. That's who I wanted to win. I'm always there for Tech and Ayanna. Janae and MJ were kind of like my last team that I wanted to win, but I'm happy for Janae. I'm indifferent about MJ. I really don't care about him, but that moment of seeing Janae win, it took me back because I just remember Janae a lot when she dated Zach and how, let's just call it what it is. Zach truly mentally abused her on TV, like told her she wasn't shit. She was an awful partner. She wasn't good at the challenges. And then even after they broke up, Zach still kind of talked to Janae like she wasn't shit. She was always a layup. We ain't gonna make it seem like she a Laurel or Evelyn or Cara or something like that. We ain't gonna put Janae up there, but she is a champion now. But I'm just happy for her because I feel like for her mental, that's redemption. Like you said, I wasn't shit. I'm sure she don't care nothing about Zach or none of the people from the original challenge anymore. But so many people told her she wasn't shit, and she won. Now, did she win fair and square? We gonna discuss because I got a little bit of production and conspiracy theory. I want us to talk about it. We just gonna be honest and truthful in this live and in this review. We gonna have a good time. I don't have any Stella Rose tonight, y'all, so my mind is fresh. We gonna have a good time, and y'all let me know if y'all down with my conspiracy or not, because I was side eyeing the final a lot. But Michelle, you say you happy for her. I'm happy for Johnny. Like I ain't got no hatred towards her. Yeah, MJ side eye because he was hating on his song. I'm side eyeing MJ for a whole nother reason. I feel like everyone just did not care about MJ. But yeah, that's what it was, Zuda. I don't think MJ was really anybody's favorite. But let's move on. The final happened. The winner is who it is. Let's get into the final. So at first, we get a good old fashioned, you got to stay up and stand on a tree log and your partner get to sleep. I like that. It's a part of the history of the final for me. To me, a good final has the eating, endurance, puzzles, sleep deprivation, and a lot of running. That's a good final for me, and they gave me all of that. Season 37, they didn't give us nothing but puzzles. And everybody got a little kickstand on their bike. Like they got to use jet skis for the swimming. They didn't have to eat anything. Everything. Let's not talk about 37 because that's going to piss me off and I don't want to be long. So that whole sleeping on the log, standing up thing was kind of boring. So let's fast forward through that. Wasn't nothing exciting there. I was just happy that they had to do it. So the first part of the final, we learn about the nucleus. That's what it's called, the nucleus. They got 3 checkpoints within the nucleus. I didn't write down the name of that puzzle they had to put together that meant they won part 1 of the final. But y'all don't care about me remembering that name or not. And so it was basically 3 checkpoints. What I liked is the run from the beginning to the nucleus. What did they say? That was about 3 miles. And then each checkpoint was about 5 or 6 miles. Like this was not easy. If your endurance was not up there, oh, okay, Michelle, I'm happy you took notes. The mandala. Don't nobody know what a mandala is anyway, so I don't. TJ just want to say something fancy, but what was the first checkpoint? Let's get to the first thing because I don't really care about the checkpoints. I want to talk about team by team and the conspiracies I've seen at each checkpoint. So, number one, I'm tweeting and watching, tweeting and watching. The first thing I see is everybody running. Nehemiah and Melinda done went down the wrong path. And I was like, oh shit, y'all. Between Nehemiah and Melinda done went down the wrong path. And that's who I was rooting for. So I was like, look at this. But what's so amazing is even though Nehemiah and Melinda went down the wrong path, Melinda done sprained her ankle on one of the checkpoints. It's amazing they still came in first. So I was happy for them. I was real excited when I saw Nehemiah and Melinda come in first. Let's put a pin in that for now. Let's go on to my next favorite team, which is Tech and Ayanna. Ayanna was giving me everything I needed in this final until she quit, and I got a conspiracy about that. Tech and Ayanna pulled up to the nucleus first. I was like, wow, like they outran everybody. They, setting the pace. I was really, really happy for Tech and Ayanna being first to the nucleus. That's all they was first in. They decided to pick up the puzzle pieces and the bike first. I liked how Ayanna checked Janelle, because I ain't no real Janelle fan, no way. I don't care if she black. I don't care. I was only rooting for Darrell on that team. I like how Ayanna checked Janelle. She was like, girl, you can't get in front of me. You want to get in front of me, you got to work to get in front of me. I ain't just going to let you by because you want to get by. You want to get in front of me, get off that bike and run in front of me. I loved all the energy Ayanna gave this final until she quit. Ayanna wouldn't move over to the side when they was crossing each other like this. Ayanna said, this is as far as I can get over. And she made Janelle bump into Darrell. I love freaking Ayanna. I'm mad she not back on this season. Her and Tech were doing really good. Let's just get there. Y'all don't want to talk about the bullshit. Let's get there. Do you put it in the chat? Do you think production gave her a little Jenny payoff to let Janae and MJ win and just said, yeah, go ahead and quit? Put it in the chat. I feel like it was a Jenny payoff. Y'all know how I feel about Jenny when she let Tori beat her in that hall brawl. Y'all know how I feel about it. I ain't gonna mention it because it's gonna make me upset. That looked like a payoff because at that point, who was it? Not Tech, but Nehemiah, Melinda, Darrell, and Janelle already finished. So it's between MJ and Janae, Tech and Ayanna. MJ and Janae on their trail, Janae ready to quit too. I feel like Ayanna, because it wasn't like MJ and Janae were running to these puzzle pieces. Tech and Ayanna were in the lead on that memory board. Like they had more pieces turned than Janae and MJ. If she could have just walked. And mind you, when it came to memory, Tech and Ayanna have been beasting memory challenges all season. So you telling me in one more trip to that memory board, you couldn't have made it one more walk and came back and finish before MJ and Johnny. At least try. Let's see what y'all talking about in the chat. I didn't like the quit. Oh my God, Ayanna and Tech, old brother and sister change from having a baby last week. And Tech wasn't even that mad. Like if I was Tech, I would have been highly, highly pissed. We've seen people in these finals drag people in the sand, pissed that they have to quit because they partner or teammate ruining the final for them. It seemed like Tech was like, I understand she can't walk no more. I mean, all right. I would have been cussing her ass out. That's just me. I feel really disappointed with seeing Ayanna quit. I felt like she could have done good with the rest of the final. She could have. Ayanna talked so much mess and then quit. Girlfriend, that's why I don't believe. That's why I'm saying this is a Jenny payoff. Like they paid Jenny that one season. Ayanna's personality, you telling me the lady who walks up to the baddest bitch on the show, which at the time was Jody. You know, Jody was the favorite to win for the females. And tell this bitch, I ate your salad. It was good. It was pretty. It was so pretty, I ate it with my hands. I ain't even, you telling me she walk up there. I know y'all voting me in. That's why I slept in my uniform again. I stay ready. You telling me that Ayanna, who beat the girl in elimination and then turned around and pulled her sled so she can finish it for her kids, quit on a walk? On a walk? Her personality doesn't give me quitter. That's just me. She was done though. That bike ride beat her up. That bike ride beat everybody up. They were at the point where they were walking. MJ and Janae were walking. It's not like they had to run. And I want to know how Darrell and Janelle figured it out in one try. Like they flipped all the memory pieces over in one try. Okay. Okay. Jenny let Tori win. Davion, I hope I said your name right. I believe Jenny let Tori win. I don't believe Tori straight up can beat Jenny in a hall brawl. That's just me. I do think Ayanna was not as strong physically as the rest of the women. One thing I will give Ayanna, I think Ayanna is strong. I don't think her endurance was there. I think if Ayanna trains in her endurance, let's just take my conspiracy off the table. If she does come back, because she's not on season 3, if Ayanna comes back, I need her to train. She has the strength. She has the mental ability. She needs to train so she can finish a final. If she does that, Ayanna will beast All Stars. I mean, it could have been, but at the same time, she's an adult with bad everything, and MJ and Janae were like 40% done. I thought MJ and Janae only had about 6 pieces flipped because when they had to go back, they only had flipped about 4 pieces, and on that 6th one, they was like, damn, we got to go back. And that's when Janae was crying and wanting to quit. Michelle, you think opposite of Davion? I'm looking at both sides of the coin. It didn't look like her endurance was the best, but she just doesn't give me a quitter spirit. All right, I think Tori beat Jenny in the hall brawl. Seems unlikely. I ain't gonna go back there because that makes me upset thinking about that hall brawl. I really believe Ayanna was done. I can understand y'all think it was suspect. That wasn't the only part I thought was suspect. So y'all said I don't think Ayanna could do it. That memory with Janelle was probably edited. That had to be editing because I can't see anybody doing that memory board on the first try. And somebody said it was an interview out there. Bad on me as a reviewer for not reading that interview or listening to the interview before I did this live, but I ain't have time. But somebody on Twitter put in my Twitter comments that there was an interview, I want to say on E! or Hollywood, one of them shows, where they said it was some foolishness going on in the final. They said it was over 100 degrees out there. Yeah, it looked hot. But I remember one of the best finals is that final when Turbo won and they were passing out in the desert like that. To me, that's a final. That's what you train to go on the challenge for. All these little dailies, all these little eliminations, that's light work. That's light work. The main thing I watch the challenge for is I want to see who can do TJ's final. And this was a hard final. Okay. But let's get off of that. Which I didn't even read. TJ didn't even read them. Let's get to their Marlon. That's another reason. Because it seemed like at the same time, and this could just be editing, it seemed like Ayanna and Tech, MJ, and Janae want to quit around the same time. It seemed like MJ was able to reel Janae in. Where it seemed like TJ, nobody, like you telling me Nehemiah, the save the palace, like nobody was saying to Ayanna, girl, you can do this. One more walk to that memory wall and back. You got it. No, everybody was looking at Ayanna like, girl, you want to quit? Quit. Come on and quit so Janae and MJ could be in. That's how I felt. Now, the second question for the chat. Once Tech and Ayanna quit, did they have to finish part one of the final? Because it's a conspiracy on Twitter. Some people said it was editing and they actually finished the memory wall, but they didn't show it. I call bullshit. It seemed like as soon as Tech and Ayanna quit, they whispered to MJ and Janae that y'all were in. Come on over here so y'all can rest. And to me, that's not fair. That's not fair if they didn't finish part one because they aren't as tired as everybody else who had to finish part one. Put it in the chat, y'all. Do y'all think they finished part one or not? Now, is it, girl, I get your name wrong all the time. Only because I lived in Illinois and I have lived in Georgia. I want to call you Inga, or is it NGA? Like I'm in Georgia now. Girl, I'll be wanting to make up anything. I'm just going to call you girlfriend, okay? Do you mind? I hope you don't mind. But I don't think Ayanna and Tech were going to win anyway. But I feel like they had a good possibility when it came down to part two because they were really good at math. I think going forward on all challenges, y'all need to take some algebra classes, some basic flashcards, 1 + 1, 2 + 2. Y'all need to get up on this math because it seems like math is now the new puzzle. And I'm telling you, y'all know I'm an accountant. That's my trade. I would have killed that math. I do those kind of math puzzles on my phone all the time because it's that's the nerdy part of me. That should look fun. So I was sitting there trying to figure it out. I couldn't figure it out because I can't see that good. But I would have killed that math part of the final. Let's see. Janelle said on her IG that they were handed now I'm pissed. Now I'm pissed because you telling me, okay, it's Inga from the DMV. I got it, girl. I ain't gonna get it wrong no more. Okay. I gotta get with you, since you from the DMV. This is a side note. When Monique come on TV with this love and marriage in the DMV, I'm gonna have to hook up with you. But we'll say that for a side note. But back to this. So you telling me if Janae would have passed out, not passed out, but just would have said, look, I'm done. I quit, MJ. I don't give a damn about you and your family. I quit. You telling me they would have radioed Tech and Ayanna, okay, y'all in third place now. Janae quit. Now that I know, because see, it was conspiracy, but now that Marlon said Janelle admitted on what you say, Instagram, that they did not have to finish, that win don't count to me. That doesn't count to me. Now I don't care nothing about them winning no more. That's not fair that Nehemiah and Melinda had to run one. Matter of fact, both people who came in first and second on part way went the wrong way at one point in time and had to double back. Two, Janelle wasn't really complaining about her back, but I'm sure her back was hurting. Melinda's ankle was twisted, and they had to complete all parts of the part one. And Janae and MJ just get to come sit up and rest because Ayanna and Tech quit. We're gonna put an asterisk, one of them stars by their championship, because to me that's not fair. But let's move on. Y'all think it's fair? That's what I was saying. I felt like Ayanna would have won because she was good at math and puzzles mostly. Yeah, I agree. Michelle, you said you need a tricky name too. Everything be throwing me off. But I guess when I see IL and GA, those are just the first things that come to my mind. I probably would think TN is Tennessee too. All them other states wouldn't throw me because I ain't never lived there. But let's move on. Um Props to Melinda though for doing the whole nucleus with a broke leg, right? Because she already had a knee brace on. I give Melinda much props. And also, she said that at the last stage, the safe would not open, almost like it was rigged. I got something for that too. Let's get to the other teams. Right now that I done got pissed off with Janae and MJ, I don't care nothing about them. Let's talk about. Did I talk about Darrell and Janelle? Darrell and Janelle were doing good on part one. They just went down the wrong path at one point. I thought it was amazing that everyone figured out redemption and perseverance out of just those couple of letters they could figure out. I ain't good at them word puzzles. I probably would have had to go back there a couple of times. But I was impressed everybody got those two words on the first try. But let's get into my conspiracy next. Let me read this last comment. There's no way Janelle's back could be as bad as she was leading us to believe. She's not gonna risk her health for this permanent disability when she got two little kids. Everybody put 20 on 10. But let's get to my next conspiracy. Well, this ain't a conspiracy, but this is my next not fair moment of the final. Mind you, I enjoyed the final. I'm just nitpicking for my review. Now, Nehemiah and Melinda overcame a twisted ankle, going the wrong way one time, to still come in first in part one of this final. Darrell and Janelle overcame going the wrong way, and they still came in second. And we done already figured out that the other two were just giving third, and I'm pissed off already about that. When part two begins, you telling me they don't get no kind of head start? Like y'all can start eating the food. You get a 2 minute advantage. Darrell and Janelle, y'all get a 1 minute advantage. You telling me what's the purpose? To me, I would have just sat back and walked all the parts and saved all my energy, knowing that Ayanna and Tech were going to quit. What's the purpose of exerting all of that energy to come into first if you get no advantage? Just last season, they had the point system. If you come in first, you get so many points, and down the line. It was no advantage to Nehemiah and Melinda. And mind you, I could just be upset because that's who I was rooting for. They had no advantage of coming in first. They had no advantage of exerting all of that energy to prove that they're first, to sit up and start the second part with everybody else. They've done this on many of finals. I guess I think they were trying to set it up for Darrell to win. And I honestly believe when we get to this lock moment at the end, I think Janelle got the math wrong. I think Janelle had her math wrong because they thing wouldn't open. I think the way Nehemiah and Melinda was staring at that math problem, I think they was just running down there to be running down there because they was like, fuck, we don't know. So we just gonna twist or no. I don't know. But let's see what y'all say. First, put it in the chat. What do y'all think about them coming in first and second and not getting any kind of advantage in part two for coming in first and second? Like, I gotta start with everybody. It's like the final should have just started at part two. Part one means nothing if there's no advantage. Are we talking about the saves are actually annoying? I like the little safe twist because that's what they did kind of in 37 with the $1 million being in the safe. I liked it being in the safe, but now that y'all mentioned, y'all know I got my conspiracy brain on. That's a good way for production to set up who they want to win by making sure only one of the safes will open. Mm-hmm. I don't believe that Darrell couldn't open that safe. And I don't either. I think they got the math wrong. They either got the math wrong or production wanted Johnny and MJ to win, which I can't understand why they would want Johnny to win over Darrell when Darrell is the face of the show. Like, if you look at my poster that I put on every live, Darrell is who they had as the face of the show, and MJ is sitting back. Johnny ain't even on the poster. MJ kind of sitting off to the side, and then they got the quitter sitting on the other side. So I would think they would try to rig it for Darrell, but I don't know. I heard there was a small 30 to 60. I'm assuming that's second advantage in the second part. It wasn't, because with my own eyes, everybody started eating at the same time. It couldn't have been. It couldn't have been, because the way they finished that food was like that. Let's talk about how nasty that food was. They had to eat what? Cricket burritos, roach nachos, blood. It was something else nasty. Oh, fish eye. I don't eat that Mexican. What was that? A Mexican pizza? Fish eye Mexican pizza. Now, we seen them eat worse. And mind you, that didn't look too bad because they covered it up with cheese and guacamole. So in the past, they made them eat roaches and crickets. So the food was kind of like this. But here's my second thing I didn't like. When Melinda threw up her food, she had to reach on the ground and put it back in her mouth, which was so disgusting for me to watch. But as MJ is throwing, like, MJ was cheating because he was putting food in his mouth and then blah, put some blood. He didn't have to pick up nothing. He threw up and re-eat it. I don't know. I just kind of felt like they didn't want Melinda and Nehemiah to win. But let's get into the comments. CJ and Amber B got hella coming to the first checkpoint. Now let me think. What kind they did? What, they get a 5-minute head start? Y'all be refreshing my memory. Let me move on. I don't want to get upset because I don't have no Stella Rose with me to calm my nerves back down. I feel like they should have gotten an advantage because what's the point of doing it and coming in first? Correct. Oh, wait, some tea. Did I hear tea that MJ and Johnny was hooking up? Y'all think MJ and Johnny were hooking up? I don't see it. They both married with kids. I don't know. We'll know in a couple of weeks if we hear some divorce announcements coming up. I don't think that. I mean, I don't see why married. I mean, people destroy their marriages all the time, but I just can't imagine married people coming on TV destroying their marriages for a little quick hookup. But who knows? But I will dig into that. I'm so happy. Oh, thank you for finally catching the live. I'm trying to schedule my lives to be consistent. So like every Friday, I'm gonna be doing something at 6 o'clock. And tomorrow night, the trio is together. The trio, me, Charles, and Drew. We're gonna be on Drew's channel, which is Angel Cake Entertainment on YouTube. I'm gonna put the link out there again tonight and tomorrow. The trio is coming together, and we're gonna do a deep dive into All Stars 2, the season as a whole. And I can't wait to do that tomorrow night. You know, we have a good time when the trio gets together. I really want to put my conspiracies up against Drew and Charles and see what they think. We're gonna have a good time about that tomorrow night. So come back tomorrow. I done forgot the time. I want to say 7 Central on Drew's channel. There has to be a way. Oh, they're having way worse food. Right, at least they stuff was wrapped up. Like, yeah. Y'all feel like they rigged it for MJ and Johnny. I just can't understand why. I kind of feel that way too now that I see the outcome of it and we talking about it. I see y'all points of view. But why not make Johnny the face of the show? At least put MJ in the center and not off to the side if you're gonna rig it for him. But y'all, everybody heard it too. What you hear, Inga girl, that they was hooking up or that it was rigged? Y'all think they was hooking up? They didn't show any signs of it on the show, and you know MTV messy. They would have called them out if they was hooking up in the house. Oh, Drew mentioned it on his page. I'm gonna have to DM Drew. Girl, I ain't say married people ain't never cheat. I said I don't think they would cheat on national TV, but they cheat all the time. Um, oh, there's a spoiler page. See, I don't like looking at spoiler pages because I don't want to know who wins before it's time. What time tomorrow? 7. Let me look real quick on my phone while I got it in front of me. Y'all, it was so ghetto yesterday. My lights went out. I don't know if y'all could tell. I'm still in my office, but what I had to do was I think I had too much stuff on my surge protector in one outlet. So I moved my desk and computer on the other side of the office and then put my filming stuff on the other side, hoping that I'm not pulling too much power. So that was so that was embarrassing, but let me look this up for you real quick. I ain't gonna never find it. I gotta find Drew's channel. I done picked the wrong channel. It ain't on there, but it's probably 7. I'm gonna tweet it out tonight and I'm gonna share it on the community tab on YouTube. My brain is telling me 7 o'clock Central. So 7 o'clock Central on Drew's channel. Janae and MJ winning really did leave a sour taste in my mouth because everyone else actually played the game no matter if it was good or not. They both just sat back and floated to the end. They did. Though I'm really not mad at people who can make it to the end without seeing elimination. But I just didn't like how against the Palace MJ was. But let's get to that in the next question. I love watching your reviews because you're literally the only Black person that reviews the challenge. And you're, oh, thank you so much. And you love my energy. I try. I'm trying to think if there's, I don't know their name. It was 2 sisters. They look like twins that were reviewing the challenge. They're Black. And I was trying to link up with them to get them to kind of come along with the trio, but they never kind of got back with me. So I don't know if they still do it anymore. But you're right. When it comes down to African American content creators, it's not a lot for the challenge, and there's not really a lot for like Big Brother and a lot of the competition shows. Like they're really known to do like reality messy drama, and like I do that too, don't get me wrong. But I really love competition shows. But thank you so much for watching. I know y'all said the house was gonna burn down. what I did is I actually had to go into the office this morning because the power kept shorting out while I was trying to work this morning. And I got this giant surge protector that has a backup battery that we use in the office. And I brought that home. So I've been kind of good. So hopefully we're going to be good. People are saying production gave like $100,000 to quit so Janae could win the game. I believe it. I believe it because I believe they gave. Okay, we ain't gonna talk about Jenny and Tori. Let's move on. I'm just gonna say I believe it. We still enjoyed the video. Thank you. But Janae is definitely going into elimination season 3. Facts. Janae going into elimination the same way. Oh boy, yes, is going to elimination. MJ gonna take his ass into elimination next season. So that free ride is about to end. The twins, that's their name. Anitra and Alicia, and you watch them too. They still do it. Okay, that's good. Because they reached out to me and was like, check out our videos. And I followed them on YouTube, but they never, I don't think they get in their comments. Because I was like, I really like y'all. If you know them, tell them I said I really like y'all reviews. Because I tried to DM them and they ain't respond. Maybe they don't want to be, some people don't like to collab with other people. That we ain't gonna go down that rabbit hole. But yes, that's the twins' name, and they're black and they review the show as well. Okay. For real, you and Charles caught my attention because I've never seen any other black reviewers for the challenge. When I saw you do double agents, me and Charles are a mess. Me and Charles have a good time together, and Drew just fits. And the trio, we have a really good time together. But what's my next question? I had another conspiracy question because y'all done start telling me all the good tea about MJ and Janae. What did the other castmates say about it? Like, has anybody given any confirmation to the tea? Like anybody? I guess other people wouldn't blast them. When I blast them, I have a little bit of hateration in me. I probably would be mad if I lost and be like, well, that's why they was. I don't know. But, okay. But, okay, we were talking about the eating part. So after they had to eat, they had to run to the puzzle and then run back to the safe. Why didn't they tell them in the directions of the challenge that when you run to the safe, the instructions to the safe is right there? Because it seemed like everybody was trying to do it like they high school padlock, and that was wrong. So, I want to know just you all's opinion. If they did rig it for Janae to win, why Janae over Darrell, who was a clear fan favorite? Like, why Janae over Darrell? I just don't get it. And I was happy for Janae until I got confirmation that they didn't have to finish part 3 or the third memory puzzle. But we're going to be back for All Stars 3 next season. We're going to have a good time. I really been thinking about how I want to break down and analyze the cast. Like last night, we just kind of said who we like, who we don't like, and just had a good time going through the list. I really want to sit down with the list and try to figure out who might work with who and who might have the best chance of winning. Because I didn't nickname half the house the Meathead Alliance. And then we still saving the Palace over here. I feel like the Palace is going to be outnumbered. And I kind of feel like next season is going to be the Meatheads just throwing the Palace in until they all go home. I don't want to see that happen, but I really got to look at this cast of All Stars 3 and see if the Palace will have a fighting chance of winning. You told me that You were white before. I saw you on Drew's channel and I'm hooked. Thank you so much. And that's one reason why I love Drew. I really do. Because Drew, like, I still haven't made it to 1,000 subscribers yet. And I keep pushing and pushing and pushing because I know one day I'm going to get there. So I ain't going to stress out about it. But Drew has like 13 to 15,000. I don't know what number he's at, but he has a ton of subscribers. And when he reached out, I don't remember how we clicked together. A lot of people don't like to work with people smaller than them because I guess they feel like I can't get no subscribers from you. But he instantly was like, yes, I want to collab with you guys. Come on my channel. I'll come on your channel. And if you ever watched a trio live, we all click and have a good time together. And I love him because it wasn't like, oh, y'all only got 700 subscribers. I don't want to collab with you. Some people are like that. Like, this YouTube game is hard. I do it for the fun, but I really do appreciate Drew for coming and being a part of the trio. We have such a good time. They said Beth brought it up on season 3 and her and Janae got into it. Wait, I thought Beth was a replacement. So who got kicked out that Beth got to replace? And see, this why I don't like Beth as no way, because I'm just getting over watching Homecoming and I'm tired of Beth from watching Homecoming. It ain't none of Beth's business. See, this why Beth got punched by Tina, and I hope Tina slaps her ass off camera. Don't do it on camera, Tina, off camera. How dare you bring up you wasn't even there? But that could be interesting if they was hooking up in season 2. Clearly they gonna be hooking up in season 3. So when season 3 come on, oh, my eyes is gonna be looking for all kind of clues. Who sleeping in who room? Who dancing with who drinking with who? I'm gonna be looking, Janae and MJ. Oh, I'm gonna be looking. The directions were huge, but if somebody tells you to open a safe, I would automatically think it's like my high school locker. Now, let me tell y'all a funny story because it aggravated me for the longest time. Y'all know my son is off in college. He just left and went back over the weekend. When he first went to college, first semester, I had, nice mom. I sent him a cute little care package. Nothing fancy, but I'm like, did you go pick up the package? The locks in there, I guess, post office are high school combination locks. And he was like, Mom, I don't know how to open this lock. How I don't know how to open it and get the mail. It took him like a month. I said, all of y'all freshmen can't sit down and figure out how to open up a combination lock. It's just amazing when I look, and I know some of y'all probably my son's age. So y'all, I don't know if y'all can attest, but I guess that generation in high school, they didn't have lockers. So he never needed to learn how to use a lock. So I guess if my son ever go on the challenge, he gonna be ass out. So he can come back next season, I guess. I don't know what this is in reference to. I done got to talking too far off to the left. I feel like they did it for Janae because of her bad experience. I agree, Marlon. Like, that's why I was happy for Janae, because it was kind of like stick it to Zach. Like, bitch, I'm a champ just like you a champ now, and your bitch ain't nothing. I ain't mean to call Jenna a bitch, but your bitch ain't won nothing. I got a little bit of petty, the Leo in me. I feel like they didn't want the Palace to win. Darrell ain't in the Palace because Nehemiah and Melinda represent something that's so much more powerful than the challenge can handle. They literally chose racist MJ and Janae, who doesn't even. I don't know what she doesn't even. But I agree with you. But can we just have a fair game? And whoever wins, wins. Why we got to worry about what the winner represents? If Nehemiah and Melinda are the best, can they just win? If Tech and Ayanna are gonna beat Janae and the guy in the memory wall, can they just beat them? Why does it have to look so overly produced? But I agree with you that the palace, even though I love that song, Save the Palace, we all know what that means. Even though everybody in the palace isn't African American, the palace was created to get more Black people to the end of the game, which at the end of the day, even though half of them weren't in the palace, that was the question I wanted to present to y'all. Hold on. Even though half of them weren't in the palace, every team in the final had representation on it. Because I believe Janae is mixed. I don't know what she claims, but I think she mixed. Now, represent herself as Black. Oh, wait. She don't represent herself as Black. She mixed. I I thought she represent herself as mixed. Kind of like Corey. Like he don't claim Black or white. He claims both. I ain't got time for people that don't. I ain't got time and I ain't about to go down that rabbit hole. But my question now, because I was listening to somebody else and they posed this question. I want to know what y'all think. After Derek left the house, Derek is gone. Bye, Derek. Um, should Darrell, who knows what the palace represents, should him and Janelle have worked with the palace to kind of help get the MJs and the Johnnays out of the game? Do you think Darrell should have worked with the palace? I think Darrell just sees himself as an OG who doesn't need that kind of alliance because everyone else is willing to work with Darrell. But what y'all think? Michelle says maybe Darrell will win next season. I don't know. Next season on the guys side of it is strong. It's strong. They got to get Yes out of the house. Number one. They need to get Jordan and Wes out the house. Number two. It's a lot of people that I don't know. I think next season will be harder. But then it also depends on the partners because next season, I don't want to see partners. I want to see an individual game. I want to see if it's gonna be $500,000, 250 for the men, 250 for the women. I'm tired of these partnerships because Ayanna ruined it for Tech, and Tech looked like he had a lot of gas left in it. Tech really surprised me. I was really proud of Tech running that final, and I would love to see Tech do one by himself. Oh, you don't think? I can't imagine they come back and not have a palace. Like the palace needs to be going forward. They need to have a palace. Young people who want to come on 38, y'all need to have a palace on 38. That's the only way y'all gonna make it because it ain't no way they have all them Black people on 37 and that now one of them work together. But let's move on. Let's move on. I don't know why Tech isn't on season 3. I kind of feel like it would have been too much of the palace if Tech would have came back. But maybe he'll come back for 4. We'll see. Also, the only person from the palace on season 3 is Nehemiah Melinda. LT is there. LT is there. So I feel like they have no choice. Melinda wouldn't be in the final if Tina didn't quit in the elimination. We don't know. I mean, how fast are Tina's legs? We don't know. But Tina could have at least tried. She could have at least tried. Don't get me started on Tina. I'm mad Tina quit. I don't like quitters. I'm like TJ. If you quit, though, you can't come back. Off topic, but I feel like MTV cuts the normal challenge seasons to make it like All Stars with just being 3 or 4 weeks long. And okay, I'm trying to wrap this up. You think the regular challenge should be 3 or 4 weeks like All Stars, so it'd be popping. The drama would be popping because it'd be more fast paced. I agree with you, but MTV like to bring 30 to 40 people on the show. That's number one that they could stop doing. The dirty 30 was cute, but we ain't gotta have 30 people again. Like, let's go back to having a, a cute 24. Now, Marlon, I have no idea what you're talking about, but that's not. Oh, you said your ass can't open locks either. I think it's the young generation. Like, they carry their backpacks to every class, so they ain't got to put their books in a locker. And matter of fact, I guess because back in the day, we had a textbook for every class, and my son had a damn iPad, so they didn't even have books. Corey Black, John A. Black, when the police pull her ass over too, but that's a whole nother subject. And I guess they'll figure that out when they asses get pulled over. Angie, don't go there. We ain't about to turn this into that conversation. We'll have that conversation separately. I mean, not really. Was just looking. Darrell was just looking out for his own game. He didn't even have to go with them if he didn't want to. He didn't. Darrell doesn't need the palace to make it to the end of the game, but it would have been nice to see all the black people work together. Like, why half the house have this mission, and then you over here, you black too, and you like, well, good luck with that. you know, good luck with your mission and your palace, but I'm cool. I said this before, but Darrell just doesn't seem to get in alliances, just friendships and double agents. He was real low key. I agree. Darrell plays the CT game. He ain't putting his neck out for nothing. And so I'm not mad at Darrell for not joining the palace, but at least play both sides. Like, don't make it so obvious that you with this side. Hey, Eric, you came late. And I hate partners too. I want to see an individual game. I'm tired of the partners. They really should have Darrell and his partner made a horrible move, especially his partner saying that it made her feel uncomfortable. That's why I'm not no Janelle fan. Does she identify as black? I don't know. But I don't understand how people, and you understand what the purpose of the palace is. You talking about they making me uncomfortable. Girl, win something. Then you can have your own celebration song. More individual game. The challenge, I agree. More solo seasons. But let's see what else we got. I was so upset that the black vets wasn't for the culture on. It's no way. And MTV ain't usually down for putting so many people of color on one show. I believe they outnumbered. Like, it was more people of color than anybody else. I just can't believe all of those people were so eager to volunteer and prove themselves that they couldn't get the bigger picture. Like, if all of those people of color would have worked together, Josh would have been gone, Casey could have been gone. What's the name? Logan, Manuel, Tori. Y'all could have ran that game. They set y'all up for success, but all y'all, I don't know. It just seemed like 37 people were just happy to be on TV. And it was like, oh, okay, I'm a rookie. I go in next week. You could put me in. It took all the way to Priscilla, which, you know what, I ain't gonna downplay Priscilla, but I'm like, girlfriend, you were literally one of the last rookies there. Like, you were down to the bare minimum of rookies for Priscilla to be like, oh, I'm gonna make a move. Girl, why you ain't make that move week 3? Then I would have been more impressed. But let's not go back into 37 because that's gonna piss me off. There's only 3 black men that's on the guy's side for season 3. Darrell won't be in the palace. I don't think Darrell will be in the palace because all of his homeboys are back. He gonna have Mark, Derek, Brad, Cyrus. That's why I think the palace is in trouble next season. But We shall see. I want to see how it plays out. I think it's going to be some good drama. Nobody is looking forward to season 38. All Stars is now the it show. And I believe All Stars is the it show because they have all the people we want to see. Like, I don't need to see a cast of 40 people and 28 of them are rookies. And I got to try to figure out what show they done came from, what country they done came from. Like, it's cute, but I like seeing my favorites come back. Like, I like seeing Darrell. I like seeing Nehemiah. I like seeing, I mean, are they really all stars? But I like seeing my favorites come back or just people I know. I don't want to sit down and have to get to know a whole bunch of new people. But y'all know I'm gonna watch 38 and judge and review and review. But y'all, I've been on here for an hour. We had a good time. I'm gonna save some of my talking points and conspiracies. I'm gonna bring them up tomorrow night with Drew and Charles. We're gonna have a good time. So y'all come back. Angel Cake Entertainment tomorrow night, 7 Central. I guess that's 8 Eastern. We're gonna have a good time over there. We're gonna deep dive into the whole season, not just the final. And you know, we're gonna have a good time. I'll have me a good bottle of Stella Rose. It's supposed to be a wintry mix tomorrow, so I ain't going out the house. I'll be sitting still. So we're gonna have a good time. And they actually want to win the final, not just get to the final. Thank you. That's why I like All Stars. I never seen so many people trying to win, and I never seen a final so close. Every old school, that's our favorites. That's who we grew up watching on TV. So yeah, we want to see them. When do you think? When do y'all think they should switch it and do all stars from all season and not just OGs? I don't know, but I think the regular challenge should just have less rookies. That's really what throws the game for me because rookies are just happy to be there. They just want to be there. They just want to be invited back again. And they don't really play the game. They latch on to a vet. And right now, the strong vets are that damn Big Brother alliance that I can't stand. And so they latch on to KC, Josh, Fessy, and all them and just do what they want to do. They need less rookies and they need to bring back more fan favorites on the real show for it to be back a success. We need more gameplay. Because I'm telling you, if 38 is a flop, I don't see them getting to 40. I really don't. Everyone is saying goodnight. They need to have an old school versus new school challenge. I don't want to see that either because is new school going to be all rookies? I don't know. Y'all getting snow in the DMV too starting Sunday? Yes. See, tomorrow night is going to be a wintry mix. And out here in Tennessee, like at least in the DMV, y'all got snow trucks and salt trucks and all that good stuff. Out here in Tennessee, they country and they southern, and we don't get a lot of snow. So when they say wintry mix, it's gonna be slipping and sliding, and I'm gonna be in the house. Sunday is supposed to snow, but then it's gonna be right back hot again on Monday, so everything's gonna melt. That's why I hate it here. That's why it's get sick weather. But anyway, I'm getting ready to go have a good time. That's why I didn't have any Stella Rose tonight because me and my girlfriends, we're about to link up and have us a good Stella Rose party. So I'm about to go party tonight before the wintry mix come through. So this was fun. I will see you all tomorrow night. We're gonna have a good time. Sunday night, I'm gonna probably do all the regular reality shows like Ready to Love and the stuff like that. So we're gonna have a good time this weekend, enjoying. Oh, it's a long weekend, so we're gonna have us a good time. Y'all have a good extra long holiday weekend too. And I'll see y'all back Saturday and Sunday. Yes, girl, go get you some Stella Rose for tomorrow. Cause you know when me, Charles, and Drew talk, we be talking for a while, having us a good time. So you're gonna need you some good drinks for tomorrow. If you're underage, well, we say the drink with Snapple. Get y'all some good Snapples or a good water bottle. But anyway, I'm gonna end it because I love to talk. And I told my girlfriends I'll be over there by 7:30. And I'm always late. But anyway, thank you all so much. Like this video. get in the comments if you're on the rewatch, and we can discuss in the comments on the rewatch. And like I said again, I'll see y'all tomorrow night on Angel Cake Entertainment. So have a good one. Bye.